We've talked a little bit about price action in the past, but let me show you really what I mean by this. Now, I got up late. I had a big seminar yesterday, and I'm just starting to look at the market. It's about noon, and here is a topping out of the market. And it kind of dribbled around, and this is just real time for me right now. The market came down and hit where the moving averages cross. This is a typical price pattern we talk many about times about in the course of the course. You have a continuation divergence with the lower high on the indicators and the lower high on the price. Then we have this big drop. Wish I had gotten in on that one, but missed it. Bounced back to the moving averages. Tested them a second time, and then down and went for another huge drop. And finally, the price came down up to here and started to go down again. Now, I've been in a short trade for a little while from that peak right there. You see how the repeating pattern works? There's a repeating pattern, here's a repeating pattern, here's a repeating pattern. You just kind of watch that, and on faith, you say this is still going to go down. Now, my target is a fourth support level here. Market's been way down. I'll bring this up here for you to see. And this is how I use the custom quote page. The Dow often leads the E-mini. Sometimes the OEX does. But when they're all red, it says everything's going down no matter what you do. And you kind of watch and see if this price is going to continue to drop, minus 242 or minus 249 or whatever. And it does tend to go down faster than the E-mini because we have 500 stocks in it. So I've got the ES here, I've got the SPX, the OEX, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. So that's another way that you can take a look at this, is to watch just that general custom quote page. And the final thing is, we've talked about the VIX before, and we can see that the VIX continues to go up. Now, what its level is not important, but this was yesterday when the day was fairly flat. VIX went way up today because of the employment numbers, and that tells you that you should be watching for a pretty volatile market. And usually, when the VIX goes up, the market goes down. All of the markets go down. So let me sit here for a second, and we'll get back to you and see how my bet went here. Now, I did get in short right up here at 1078, like we're talking about. And while I was talking to you, it went to 1076. There was my 2 points. It never regained that profit, so we're on the way back down, and I'm continuing to generate profits in here. We can see the continuation divergence, which is the ergodic has a lower high as well as this lower high. And probably what I should do right now, because I'm just about down to the other level, because my target is 2 points. If I get one more tick down here, there it is, I will get out. And you see it just tested the low and probably says I should have stayed in, and it'll keep going down. So I hope this helps. It gives you an idea. I'll let it set for a while and come back to it. I did want to say, just as a review, you can see when the ergodic changed color right there. That was a down move. That was a decision to stay in. So I'm watching this a lot. We saw this is kind of dribbling along, going nowhere. You're watching the price action up and down. It just wouldn't get over that previous peak, and it wouldn't climb back to the other peak. And that's the reason I got in short right here about 1078. So it's still bouncing around. Doesn't look like it can get much lower. So my getting out up here, and where did I get out? 76.50, which is right there, was about as close to the bottom as you can get on a move like that. Now we're getting the ergodic starting to thread the needle around the longer term, and it's starting to get a lot of ups and downs here. So it's probably time to quit. And you might look at this is noon, and you ask, well, that's not the optimum time to trade. Well, the optimum time to trade is when you see a signal. So I will be speaking with you. This is Bill McCready for Futures Trading Secrets. Have a great weekend.